Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the BYU Cougars, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. Fielded in the end zone, it's Pride. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So TCU's offense will have the football first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's not... have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Caught in the backfield, it's Pride. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Johnson wants to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Here comes the heat. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Cougars offense will take the field for the first time. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays. Maybe play a little bit deeper than normal. Sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he goes down right there. That play's going to lose yardage. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. They'll start this drive from the 42. Johnson looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Fry. Able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He'll do it himself. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down mark is.
It's a running room. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. Plows through the defense. And that penetration left him nowhere to go. Dodged a couple, but he's knocked down for a loss.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Fry. He's loose. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Job making the tackle there. Now setting up 3rd down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Johnson wants to throw it. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Smart decision. It's 3rd and short in the red zone. It's not there. You throw it away, and now you put it on your head coach. You want to go for this? On 4th, or are we kicking a field goal?
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
There he goes. Really nice run to get it out to the 23 before he goes out of bounds.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. First play of the period, first down here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And the defense makes a play. Quarterback down at the 26.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Tackle is made at the 38. Let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Now the play fake. Finds his tight end. He's out past the 35. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way. His whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Johnson looking to throw. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z. So these are big.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it, and he had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. On the move, he fires. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Pride. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Unloads quickly. They'll say he stepped out of bounds right at the 17. And the Horned Frogs line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Wyoming needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Laramie behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 30. to keep things interesting.
He's got it! And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. To the air on first down. Finds his big tight end. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. BYU lines up quickly. Looking downfield on first down. Good timing on the quick out.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab past the marker. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. They'll immediately call timeout. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars! Quick strike through the air for the score.
A really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance. Excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The running back has it. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Fort Worth. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Grab behind the line. It's Phillips. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on third and short. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll try to really get into this one. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Give to the running back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
They kick it away on fourth down. Takes it on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Handoff from the gun. Got room to work. It's a seam wide open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Turning on the Jets. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football, and you're now seeing this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
Well, another catch by the big fella, and hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big-bodied guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard, it's good. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bailey. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game. There he goes! And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Makes the grab down the middle. Hey, what about that move to pick up a couple of extra yards? He's down at the 38.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. The run from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
He'll take it on the return. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
To the air on second down. Got his man. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Oh, they're after him. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the...
Turning it on. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, I'll tell you, he picked a good time to have his longest run of the day. Really nice job there, feeling the pressure, buying himself some time, and then taking off and getting north. And just so gifted when he's in the open field. That's going to really give a jolt to his offense.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. And the Cougars come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And there's nothing more demoralizing for a defense than when you're losing, you know they're going to run the football. They're trying to run the clock, and you can't stop them. They've got to be more aggressive, bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. They got to stop this ground game and get the ball back.
Quick release by the QB. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They're going to ride this running back. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Cougars kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. If we add points, we add points.
The give from the gun. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play That's why you see it ran so successful.
What a show both of these teams put on